This is going swimmingly. Hello, one person. There's nobody here now, is there? Not even one person. Oh no, we've got a few people. Shalom. Oh. Right, I'm gonna. While there's hardly anyone here, I'm gonna fanny about in the background and see if I can. No, the other camera's still not working. Right, this is the only camera that we've got that works. So I'm going to not touch anything else. The squealing has reduced by 90%. It's still there. I can still hear it on my headphones. The GoPro won't work. The new camera won't work. The old camera won't work. We're back to the old Logitech C920. I want to punch myself in the face, and I may do in a bit. But we're back. And my Stream Deck still works. I'm going to take this off because I can't stand the echo and it does my head in. So, this is an illustration of how my week's been going so far. Is that still making a noise? Is it still making a noise? Who knows and who cares? Anyway, welcome to the stream. It's not Friday, it's Saturday. Friday, I was not very well. We had some turbulent tummy, let's put it that way. Only there when I speak, much better. Rob Barry says hello and goodbye, but thanks for stopping by. Next week, maybe not next week. I'll try and get something else better. It sounds like I'm talking into a bottle. I think this is as good as it's going to get. I do need a hug, Fishman Aquatics. I'm not very happy with anything that's going on. Nothing's working properly. Shall I give you a bit of a rundown of the last few weeks and everything that's been happening for me? So, where did it start to go wrong? Or where did it start to go right? I had this fantastic idea, inspired by my good friends over at Fishman Aquatics, as well as Maple Street Aquatics and various other places, to go out into the wilderness and explore and have a look around and see what fish I could find in the local streams and reservoirs and things like that. Well, that was a grand idea, and I had all these grand plans for, I know, I'll go and buy myself a GoPro and I'll make sure that I can get underwater footage, and I'll buy myself a drone so I can take overhead footage of all the rivers and the streams and everything. Shelled out an absolute 5-tune. I hummed and hawed for ages, as a typical Scotsman, as you would imagine. Hummed and hawed for ages to whether or not to buy the GoPro or buy the drone or to buy both or to buy neither. Went back and forth and thought, screw it, I'll do it. I've not bought anything new for quite a while. I'll get them, put them on the Never Never, as you know, get them on the credit card. So that cost a small fortune, and as a typical Scotsman, I never like spending small fortunes, so I got the GoPro, and I went out and I got the footage of the fish under the water, and I got the drone, and I got the footage of the river from overhead. Kind of crapped out a little bit because my whole idea was I'd have a footage of the river and then I'd swoop down and then it would splash into the river and the GoPro footage would take over, but I'd do it all with the magic of editing. But I was too scared to fly the drone too close to the water while I was still a novice. So I had kind of got the shot that I wanted. That was fine. Got the GoPro footage under the water, got a few fish showed up, thought brilliant, that's exactly what I wanted. And then went out, take some more footage and do some more stuff, and camera with big lens on, chucked the bag over my shoulder, the camera went flying out, landed on the concrete and smashed the smithereens. Well, it didn't smash the smithereens, but it smashed enough to make it not work anymore. So was not happy about that one, because that's that camera dead. Well, it's not completely dead. I might be able to get it fixed. Basically, none of these buttons work anymore. And I've had a bit of a bash at taking it to bits, and there's a ribbon cable here that came disconnected, but it's impossible to reconnect it because it's the ribbon cable holster. Is that the word? The bit the ribbon cable plugs into is the bit that's broken. And most people say that you need a new motherboard for the camera, so I was getting quotes of like 300, 400, 500 quid for that getting fixed, so I thought, screw it, I'll buy another one. Really like this camera. This is the Canon M50 Mark I. So I went and replaced it with the Canon M50 Mark II, which was reassuringly expensive, as you can imagine, which is the camera there, which doesn't work with my webcam software that I had with the original M50, as I found out 10 minutes before I was about to go live. So, bought all that after spending all my money, so now I have negative money, and nothing's working. The GoPro is a webcam, that stopped working as well, don't know what's wrong with that. And to top it all off, the videos that I made about the native fish and seeing the fish under the water in the streams were the most unsuccessful and unpopular videos I've ever made. Yay! So I spent all that money to tank the viewership of my channel. So other than that, everything's going fantastic. Yesterday, I took a day off work. And every time I take a day off work, I fell horribly ill. So I didn't get to enjoy any of it. But we went down to a place called, I'm going to get this wrong, Bradgate Park, I think it is, in Leicestershire. So we went down there. There was a bunch of deer and stuff. I don't even know what camera I'm looking at now, but it's like a deer park and it's got rivers and stuff going through it. So it was another perfect opportunity. I was going to get the GoPro out, get into the stream, and get some different types of aquatic creatures. I mean, in the end, all I got was pictures of swans eating underwater, because that's all that we could actually see in Wildlife Live. A load of deer and stuff like that. But it was a fun day. Couldn't get the drone up because it was far too windy. But then, as I was out there in the middle of nowhere in this massive park, it was like, oh, something feels a bit sore. I have some turbulence in my tummy, and it was not going well. So I was absolutely in bits. I was knotted up double. Don't know what went on, but I was not well. I had the sweats and everything started to ache, and I thought I was dying, as all men do whenever they get a little bit ill. So I had to just turn it off yesterday. I couldn't handle doing a live stream after that. But much better this morning. Woke up, everything was fine, and then we went on another bit of a family getaway, and we went to the seaside, as you do. I was hoping that I could again go and do a bit of a coastal foraging. Continue my series of unpopular and unsuccessful videos and do some saltwater foraging and crabs and all that kind of stuff. But we were going to go to Scarborough because I know there's loads of good rock pools and stuff like that. But in the end, we ended up in Cleethorpes, which, what a beautiful place that is. But we ended up in Cleethorpes. Not really any rock pools. Just partied about with the kids all day. It was fun and everything. Got fish and chips. Nice big full tummy. It was all great. But it's been a nightmare. Anything that I've tried to film recently, anything that I've tried to do for the channel, as tonight has proven, has just gone completely wrong. So nothing is actually working. I don't not even look to see if anyone's actually here. I could be talking to myself now. Maybe that's for the best. Let me see, get the chat up. Oh no, there are some people here. So that's my Tales of Woe. I don't even know if should I dare try and get one of the mods on? Scott was going to join us tonight. Let me just see if I can see anything. Strange Noises gone. Do you need a hug? Yes, I need a hug. Paul Middlemist. Hi there, this is my first live stream. I am so sorry. I do apologise. This is not normal. I mean, it's not like I'm normally professional and everything's smooth as silk, but this takes the biscuit. This is possibly the worst the worst ever attempt at a live stream, but there you go. So Paul Middleman says, hi there, my first live stream, sorry, and a day is not a day without a good moan. Well, I've had plenty of chance today, yes. Chris says, did you buy your other camera with a credit card, because they sometimes have insurance included? Oh, I don't know if I did actually, but it was such a long time ago that no, there was no insurance options, and yes, I should have insurance, and yes, I will get insurance for the new one. I don't hoy it down the stairs for not doing the bloody webcam. Anyway. Sorry. Breathe. The drone footage was excellent, says Aquarium Analyst. I'm very impressed with the drone, and once I get used to using it, mean, there's not that many opportunities to use a drone in an aquarium channel. But I'm surprised at how good the footage is off it. It's really quite impressed with it. I need to find some other way to use it. We used it at the beach today, and the Cleethorpes flew it out into the sea because it goes some like 10 kilometers range on it. It's absolutely fantastic, and the footage is pin sharp. If we get really bored later, I'll show you some of the footage I took today. Yeah, RIP camera. Courtney says, go check out Graham's latest video. Yes, if you could get me over the 500 mark, that's the most galling thing, is the amount of money it's cost me and the amount of things I've smashed to make videos that nobody watched or liked. I mean, a few people did watch them and say that they liked them, but I was not happy. So there you go, Sharpies enjoyed the video. Gailey's here. Bradgate Park is great. It's our local, excellent. Cleethorpes is it is a bit, isn't it? I don't know. I have a love-hate relationship with places like Cleethorpes. I mean, it's just the dregs of humanity can be found at places like Cleethorpes. But yeah, it is. Oh, Scott's ready if we want to try. Right, let's see if we can get this going. I'll see if I can do something in the background. Don't even know if the Discord button will work. Right, bear with me, people. I have to try this. What we'll do, we'll get rid of that. Talk amongst yourselves while I try and get Discord working. We'll get on the... Oh, Scott is there already. I can see you, Scott, but hang on, let's see if we can figure out how to get... Oh, we can see you. Right, okay, hang on. Right, we'll get Scott there, and we'll get me in there as well. What's it called? Called an input source, isn't it? Play capture, that's the one. No, not that one. Be professional. Like I say, hang on. Logitech webcam, that's what we want. Right. Found it. We're cooking with gas now. Right, I just need to make myself smaller now because I'm far too big. Right. No idea if anyone will be able to hear Scott when we get onto them, but right, let me just run through the rest of the comments. Fishman Aquatic says, everyone goes through these times. We've hit many walls as a shop and as a YouTube channel. Yes, I mean, we could probably talk about this later, but my YouTube channel, since I hit 10k, has just gone off a cliff. I don't think I've done anything different, but I need to come up with some new and interesting ideas. I think it's also coincided with me starting to do live streams. I don't know whether YouTube likes you doing live streams and videos at the same time, but we'll try it. What drone is it? It's a DJI Mavic. No, it's not. It's a DJI Mini 2. It's fan-dabby-dozy. Right, let's try this. Get the chat up here where I can see it here. Get that drink down, you Scott. We'll see if we can hear you. I'll put on this and see if I can hear myself. Can I still hear myself? Yes. Right, say something, Scott, and we'll see if I can hear you.
I have a very weird setup at the moment because I can see you on the big screen here and I can hear you over here.
I'm going to have to move this as well, otherwise I can't see anyone. So can we still see me? Right, that'll do it. Right, let's try this. Hello!
Hello!
Everyone in the chat, this is Scott. Let's hear... and what we'll do is introduce yourself, Scott. Say name, age, national security number, bank details, and then people in the chat, let me know if you can hear them, and then we'll find out a little bit more. So I'll hand over to you.
Watch my bank account just plumbing.
Don't actually read out your national insurance or bank account. We can hear, says Courtney. That's all good. So, Scott, introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself. What have you been into in the fish keeping world? What do you like? What do you not like? And then I have a list of questions for you somewhere.
Where do I start? So I started keeping fish when I was quite young, so before 10 years old. But then I stopped. I stopped until about last year. I stopped since I was about 12. And then I've just been on and off researching, looking into fish, looking into diseases. And then I thought, now that I've got a place of my own, might as well get back into the fish keeping hobby.
What? So you've only got back into it last year?
Yeah. I kind of threw myself in at the deep end because before this, I hadn't done any planted tanks. I'd only kept like the angelfish and stuff like that. But I stopped about 10 years ago and rejoined now, basically.
And what got you back into it then? What was the trigger to say, yeah, I'm going to? Is it just literally getting your own place?
Yeah, I mean, getting my own place was a factor of it because I wanted to keep fish, but it was very up in the air of where I was living and stuff like that because my parents aren't together. Boo-hoo, blah blah blah. So I was at my mum's, I was at my dad's. My dad they both had ponds, and it just sparked my interest again. And yeah, I just straight away I was like, yeah, now I've got a place for myself. I've got the 200 litre behind me.
Have you managed to keep it to just one tank, or have you got several?
It was almost two, but being in a rented property, thought I'd be good. And also the better, unfortunately, passed away that I had in my other tank.
Oh dear.
Yeah, and it's quite funny because the girlfriend, she's not very interested in the husbandry side. She likes watching them, but she came into the other day and she looked at the other tank and she went, I missed that better fish.
Well, perfect excuse to get another one then.
Yeah, exactly. I keep looking, but with better fish, I kind of want to find the right one. Don't just want to get any random. More into my.
So let us know then what's in that tank behind you.
So we've got black neon tetras. We've got emperor tetras. One of the males is staring me down right now. Oblivion rans and otter simples.
And is that complete, or are you working up to something else, or?
Well, because I'm now thinking about moving again.
Yeah.
Although when I first got the tank, I wasn't. I've sort of put a halt to getting any more fish because I didn't think it'd be fair to get some fish and then move them straight away into another home.
No, from personal experience, getting more and more fish is the most stressful thing in the world when it comes to moving. But so you still on for moving? So I know you had a place and it fell through, and then.
Yeah, I mean, I went and saw a place today, and I'm quite liking it. So we may put an offer in on Monday.
Very good.
But it needed a little bit of work doing to it, so it's all up in the air at the moment.
So we'll launch into the 20 questions section of the moderator interviews, but start off with, what on earth possessed you to want to be a moderator? This is where you say, it's just such a fantastic channel.
Yeah, exactly. As I say, I was watching the channel for ages and ages, and I was attending loads of live stream, trying to help out where I could. And then at one point there was a little bit of aggro between a couple of people, and I was like, actually, like, I could become a moderator and maybe they'll listen to me more. And that's when I turned around to you and said, moderator. gave you my sorry, my video is behind, and I just saw your mouth move, and I was waiting for the audio.
It's very
No,
hard to keep up this. I can
yeah.
hear myself twice in here because I've got a double echo going on.
Yeah, I gave you my very pathetic reason of being half Scottish and also working
That
in
must
IT.
have been what sold me.
And you were like, oh, he's half Scottish. I'll stick him as a moderator. So.
Right, this is the 20 questions bit. If anyone's got any questions, other than Scott Mountcastle, get them in the chat and we'll ask Scott at the end. But for now, what if you were just starting again from fresh, and I know you've recently just started again after a break, but if you were starting again from fresh and had one piece of advice to give a newbie, what would you tell them? What do you think the most important thing is for starting? Or something that's just, I wish someone had told me that 3 years ago.
I was going to say research is the main thing, because although I did loads of research, there was still things that I eventually had to change about my husbandry. And
So that's a good one. As a follow-up, how do you do your research? Because that's one of the most tricky things I find. As a fish tuber, I love to say, oh yeah, do your research. But if someone's watching one of my videos, that's them trying to do the research. And I'm an idiot. I don't know what I'm on about half the time. So where do you find good information?
So what I did when I was researching setting up this tank, I went into as many fish shops as I could, looked at all of the fish, decided which fish I liked, made a short list, and then went and individually Googled each individual species. And then I actually, and this is probably not what everyone wants to do, but I made an Excel spreadsheet.
I love a good spreadsheet.
I put a list of the species and what their water parameters are and stuff like that. And found something that worked together, basically.
Oh, a compatibility level for everything that will fit in the same sort of strata.
And a list of common diseases as well. That's the main thing.
Do you use any tools like things like Aqua Advisor and things like that?
Probably one that no one's heard of is Think Fish.
Okay.
I'll stick a link. Give me 2 seconds, and I'll stick a link into the chat.
While we're doing this, I'll prep you for your next question. But I also saw another video today where people talking about the worst thing people can say in the hobby, and that's do your research. But I think it's because it's such a hard thing to do, and often when people are they're doing the research by asking questions, and the answer is then do your research. You're like, oh, how does that help someone? Thinkfish.co.uk. I'll need to have a look at that.
That's what I used.
That's not the one I was thinking of.
If you find a species that you like, so for example, here I've got the Bosamani rainbow fish. If you scroll down a little bit, it actually lets you add it to your tank. And then if you add something that's incompatible with it, it will give you a little bit of knowledge. So for example, if you were to put a cichlid with some shrimp, obviously they're going to get eaten. So it will say shrimp not compatible with this species because it'll eat it.
I'm just sharing my desktop so people can have a look. But yeah, the same. It's like a fancier version of Aqua Advisor almost.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then you can see what I've been Googling for the last couple of weeks. Very good, very good. We'll bring us back. Right. Most frustrating part of the hobby. What do you find most challenging, frustrating?
For me, or what I've seen?
You. Let's start with you.
I'm gonna mention something I'm doing at the moment, battling BGA.
Oh yeah, that can be troublesome.
Getting to the cause of it. I've vacuumed the substrate as well as I could, tried changing my lights. I've tried everything that I can think of, and it's still there.
Well, it's one of those things where I give advice. Oh, don't use chemicals. Don't use
No,
fish to
exactly.
do a
That's
job.
the
Don't
route
use
I'm
these
going down.
things. I tried everything to get rid of BBA and couldn't, and ended up buying some fish that did do the job for me, but that was like
No,
my last resort.
BGA is in black, blue, green
Oh,
algae.
blue, not BBA. Sorry, I
Yeah,
misheard you.
cyanobacteria.
Ah, right. Oh, I've never had that before. I think I've only ever had that in marine tanks, the cyanobacteria.
I think I'm getting on top of it now. It doesn't seem to be coming back as strong as it was. But as I say, I've tried lots of different cure. I've got a product that don't want to fall back on. As I say, as you said, not to use chemicals. I don't like using chemicals. I've tried up in the nitrates. That's my latest thing. But if nothing else works, then I may have to. It's
All right. Yep. Blue exit.
so it's not erythrom. I can't even say it.
Erythromycin.
That's the one. It's some sort of acid, and I don't know. I've read mixed reviews about it, which is why I don't want to use it yet. But yeah, that's the most frustrating thing is battling at the moment for myself, battling blue-green algae.
Right, then we have to go on to the questions from my kids now. If you had to be any fish, which fish would you be and why? You should have had a week to think about this one.
That is a hard question.
It was actually my wife that said that. I just said my kids.
If
If you're watching this, Vicky, sorry.
Oh, that's a good question. Can we come back to that one?
Yeah, so my answer to this is obviously I would be a discus because I'm beautiful and slow. So
Yeah.
you can come back to that one. Final question. Worst piece of advice you've ever overheard? And it can be anything I've said as well, that's fine.
It has to be the typical. I'm not even going to say the big store name.
You can
Your
say
fish will
pets at
be
home, that's
fine
fine.
your fish will be fine in a tank by itself within a couple of days.
Yeah. As long as you leave it, well, it's between 1 and 3 days usually. They have a little sticker that they peel off now and again. Right, we have some questions from the floor. Anyone else wants to submit some questions, please do so. From Chris, if you had your 200 litre to do over again, would you choose the same fish? And if not, what would you go for?
See,
I think that's another way of saying, have you any regrets?
I think my biggest regret, and she'll know this, is on my black neon tetra as well. I think Chris would know that because I didn't realise until I got them home about 90% of them have deformities.
Oh.
So one of them's got 2 tail fins. One of them's got an overbite that it struggles to eat. Lack of gill cover, stuff like that. But when they're in the tank of 100,
yeah, it's the kind of, if you're picking small fish from a large bunch or getting them in the male, you don't get to pick out individual fish, or it's really, really hard to pick out individual fish. Yeah. Often as well, this things like neons and other smaller fish, they're quite fast, and it's hard to assess when you've got that. You've literally got there 2 minutes to go, want that one, and then the person in the shop looks, so you go, what, that particular one out of 1,000?
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, they don't help you.
I didn't do that. I just said I just want 12 black neons, and they weren't important for me.
Yeah, I mean, I've had good and bad interactions in pets at home. I remember once getting asked from a tank full of, I don't remember what it was. I think it might have been neon panchax rainbow fish, the little ones. A tank full of males asking if I wanted a mix full of males and females, and said, yeah, go on then. And then she continued to go, well, you can see because that one's an inch bigger than that one. That's a male. You can tell, but different colour. Fine, whatever. But yeah, my local pets home, I think I've said this many times, is actually quite good because the people that work in the fish section are enthusiastic hobbyists.
Yeah.
It's just whether you get the person that's covering for someone else's lunch break because they're dog person, they're going, I don't know.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right, more questions from the floor. We've got, I'm sure I saw one from Courtney a minute ago, but I can't find it now.
That
We'll
worst fish.
Worst fish, that must have been it, yep. That
Sounds
can be that you've ever kept or that
I
you
was gonna
think
say-
exists in the hobby.
I was going to say, is that one that I've ever kept or one that exists? Because I'll answer both questions. So
Either or both.
One that I've kept, tiger barbs. They annihilated.
So the
every
aggression.
Yeah, they annihilated every fish in my tank when I was a kid, and that was not a pretty sight. Worst fish in the hobby probably have to be the glowfish. Because anything that humans do to modify fish is just wrong in my eyes.
I've kind of got a tier list in my head of glowfish are up there, but just slightly below the tattooed fish. You know, where it's the ones that are injected and then that's taking it to another level. At least with most of the glowfish, it's genetically manipulating them, whereas those ones that's just cruel or extra cruel, shall we say? Anyway, yes.
Have you seen the new genetically modified fish?
I don't know that I have, and I probably don't want to.
It's fish that they've sliced up their genes, I think, with jellyfish genes. When I just briefly looked at it earlier, and as a result, it's
to make them
naturally glowing.
Yeah.
Instead of being dyed, but again, that's just wrong.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. I think that's. I would still put all of them in the wrong category, but at least that fish doesn't know any different. It hasn't been grabbed and dunked in a tank full of dye or injected with something. It's just born and it's weird and it's nasty and all that kind of stuff. But yes, no, I get that. Sharpies says, fish in, fishless, or planted cycle? Oh, I'm going to assume that's a question for you, so we'll let you answer that one.
Fishless or planted? It's a fairly high tie-in. No, one point I will make is I strongly disagree with doing a fish-in cycle if you're a beginner.
Yeah.
If you don't know what you're doing, fishing should never be an option. If you're willing,
I don't like the thought of hardy fish. I don't like that as a concept.
Yeah.
Oh, that fish, you can F that up, that fish. That I can take it. It's like saying, yeah, you can punch me over and over again because I'm quite tolerant of punching. No, I don't like it. Yeah, so I would go fishless or planted, but I must admit, I have done fish-in cycles because I've got a fish room that I can do automatic water changes and drip water changes. So it's so it probably doesn't actually cycle because I'm just continually changing water.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I cycled this with liquid ammonia, so fishless.
Did you enjoy that? I've done that before, and it's been the most frustrating time I've ever spent. The only reason I don't like the fishless. So, if someone was to ask me fishless, fish in, or planted cycle, the only reason that I hesitate to say fishless cycle is because it's the most frustrating thing I've ever done. Sitting watching a fish tank for 6 weeks, testing water, and
occasionally adding ammonia,
almost nothing happening, and just wanting to go out and buy fish. But yeah. Some people I've spoken to have really liked it. They think it's fantastic. They get to play chemist for a few weeks, but yeah, it's just been really frustrating for me.
I did have the plants in there, so at least I could watch something grow. And I started with an Amazon sword and some Java foam, which is no longer in there. But then I also did it with my tap water, because my local tap water, the KH is really high, so I didn't have to worry too much about it crashing. And then when I was ready for fish, and the way that I keep fish, I slowly changed over to RO,
Mm-hmm.
and I keep my tanks with 100% remineralized RO. And I think one of the main
Very
reasons for doing
dedicated.
so, yeah, I think one of the main reasons for doing so is if I do ever move, which I am planning
At least you've
on.
still got the same water when you get to
Yeah,
wherever you're going.
exactly.
Yeah, I've only ever
It's
dabbled with RO and remin when I've been trying to breed my discus, just to see whether it made a difference to yields and stuff like that. But I'm very much
yeah.
the lazy fish keeper. I should really change my name to the lazy fish keeper. I just thought of another question there while I was chatting. So what I wanted to get was, no, I can't find it. Sorry. If you were to give one piece of advice to anyone else out in the channel as second moderator to take on this challenge, what would your one message be to any of the Aquarium Adventures viewers? And then we'll let you go and we'll get back to normally scheduled viewing or abnormally scheduled viewing. What would you like to say to the, I was going to say masses, but I think there's about 40 people.
So your question is for the next moderator, or
For everyone watching, what would you tell the people out there? Well, the next moderator will be another question. What would be your one message? You've got authority over everything. You can tell anyone to do whatever you want. What are you going to tell them to do? So if you had your own channel, it would be subscribe to Scott's channel. Or if you had, I don't know, if you had moonlit away as a moderator for another channel, you might go and tell them to subscribe to another. I don't know. It's completely up to you.
Are you getting at something?
No, what do you mean?
Are you slowly addressing the elephant in the room of me moderating for?
There's no exclusivity contract or anything like that. You can do whatever you like, Scott. No. If you wanted to highlight something, to tell people to stop doing something, to tell people to check out something, the floor is yours. What would you like them to go and have a look at, or tell them to do?
I think leave a like, make sure you've subscribed, enjoy the stream, and don't spam, because we've had weeks where we've had people spamming, and it's the most frustrating thing for me.
And go and check out Maple Street Aquatics, where Scott likes to spend the rest of his time.
Go and check out Maple Street Aquatics. I hope he's not watching this.
I'm sure he is. I'm sure he isn't. Right, thank you very much, Scott. We'll leave you to get back to your moderation duties, and we'll switch back to my big face, and I'll take my headphones off because it's really beautiful. But thank you very much for watching. Say again.
Can I nominate someone who's next?
You can. Is it going to be Simon? I imagine it's going to be Simon.
Of course.
It's Simon.
Simon, you're next.
If that's all right with you, Simon, we need to talk about this. We'll come on to that. But thank you very much for joining us, Scott, and thank you for I know it's very awkward and very cringe, but it's a bit of fun. Thank you very much.
I think the only thing that I've found awkward is seeing you on there and not seeing you on here.
All right. All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Scott. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Scott, everyone. Let me sort out my face. Sort out my face. That's not what I want to see. Right. So, let me see. Get myself sorted back out. Sorry, it's not. No, it's gone again. Hopefully, I'm still here. So we'll crash on. Simply Aquatics. Hey, quick question. I just saw that very quickly, so let's answer that one. I'm trying to mail a fish from the UK to the USA. Bloody hell. Any idea where to start and what I need, or is it even possible? It is possible because fish do go all around the world, but no, I wouldn't be doing a fish from the UK to the USA. I would be looking for some kind of exporter, importer. There are companies out there that do this. that send fish all around the world and get in contact with them to see whether or not you can get in one of their shipments. It will be horrendously expensive just to get one fish to the other side of the world. So good luck to you, and if you let us know, come back and I'll have you on as a guest. You can tell us all about it because that seems very interesting. As Freshwater Etiology says, a lot of paperwork, import licenses. It'd be easier to do through a transshipper. That's the word I was looking for, transshipper, for a store that deals with imports. Right, let me see. Let me get back a little bit. I wasn't really keeping up with everything. But what do we think? We've done 2 of them now. I need to spend a little bit more time getting my questions right. And rather than just... Sorry, that didn't make any sense to me when I read it back. I need to spend a little bit more time getting my questions right, and we'll be a little bit more professional about that. But do we like the mod? Meet my mods? Is that what we're calling it? I don't know. We need to continue now. Fozilla, do you know anyone who breeds Dark Knight rams? I do, in the UK. I don't. No. Sorry. I've not seen them in the UK yet. But as Phoenix Blaine says, nature's finest on Band. They can get Dark Knight rams. So Band is quite good for... That's the app, not Band. Band. All the people who used to sell fish on Facebook have now moved over to Band. Right, okay. Simon says, a word that you shouldn't be able to say as a moderator, Simon. Freshwater, so Sharpie says, Freshwater Ichthyology, was that you on the back page of this month's Practical Fish Keeping? Ooh. I know you had written a few articles, hadn't you? Have they been out yet? Simply Aquatic says, well, it's 6 fish. Well, I don't think that makes much of a difference. 6 longfin, snow white, bristlenose, to a buddy of mine. You need to get in touch with a transshipper or some kind of larger organisation. I mean, just look up express delivery to the US. That'll give you an idea of the sort of costs that you're doing for an overnight to the US or a very fast delivery to the US. And then add on the cost of all the paperwork that you'll need to do, because you'll need to get licenses and things like that just to be able to send fish like that. Oh yeah, a few people there saying, yeah, you're in the magazine that I got this morning, says Simon, and Sharpies that turned up today. Congratulations, published author. That's what we need. Oh, Phil's in. All garments have gone out. Everything should be up to date now. Excellent. So if you've ordered anything off the website, if you fancy a fancy t-shirt like this, I was walking around Cleethorpes today with cock on my chest. That's a sentence I didn't think I'd say today. All available on aquariumadventures.co.uk. I was going to say any purchases will go towards any new gear, but it just turns out any new gear I buy will just fail and be shit anyway. So hopefully, if you have ordered anything, you'll be getting your stuff soon. And all the mods will be... So next week's mod will have their mod stuff on. Excellent. Thank you very much, Phil. So what I was talking about was next week, I'm going up to Scotland, I think, to do a flying visit in the parents' house. So I don't know if we'll have a stream next week, or we'll either have a stream next week and it'll be me and my dad co-hosting, if you want to see that, or we'll put a pin in it and we'll do the week after that. So whichever one works for you best, Simon. Well, I've not actually said that my dad would co-host with me, but I will be in Glasgow. I won't have any of my gear. That doesn't matter because none of it's worked tonight. Oh, Simon's saying it'll be on Discord, so I would normally point up here or up here and say join the Discord session, but I've not got any of my things. So join my Discord. It'll be in a link in the description, is it? Or one of the mods will put the link in there. You can join Discord, read Rebecca's new article, but you know, go and buy the magazine as well. Courtney says, yes, bring my dad on. Dad, do you want to co-host a live stream with me next week when we're up? Need to get in the... We'll be drinking Innocent Gun if we do it in Scotland. Touring, exactly. Right. You lot have made it this far with my car crash of a stream. Should we do a giveaway? Can I even do a giveaway? Will I manage a giveaway? Let's have a look. Will the spin wheel work? Not going to work, is it? Because it's not connected to the big camera, and the big camera does. Let me think about this. What would we need to do? We need to do a browser source. It is a browser source. Well done, Graham. We need to put that. Oh no, wrong one. So sorry. I'm so sorry. I should do a fish shop tour in Glasgow. Yeah, I don't think I've ever been to any fish shops in Glasgow. Kaylee says next Friday's our 10-year wedding, so it'd be a Kaylee. You're guaranteed to win something next week, then surely. Congratulations. Yeah, let's do a quick giveaway now. Let's see if I can get the spin wheel working. If it doesn't work. Yay, it worked! Right, someone's going to win a thing. It's a sticker pack. Whew, not expensive. I really can't afford to spend any more money this month. Right, let's get into Nightbot. Come on, let's have you. Hopefully this will work. You don't get my little face though, that's the only thing. Giveaways. Include mods. Keywords. And the keyword today is going to be expensive. That's what everything else is. So type expensive in the chat. Paisley Road West has 4 or 5 fish. Well, I'll crack that out in an afternoon. Chris, you'll need to send me an email. Let me know what some of them are called. Might even go as far as emailing them or calling them in advance to actually ask permission. Normally I just wander around with my tiny camera and don't tell anyone, and then if they catch me I say sorry. Paisley Road West, yeah, no, we can do that. Next Sunday is Courtney and Callum's 1-year anniversary. Congratulations, both Kaylee and Mark and Courtney and Callum. In about 2 months, it's my... What year are we in now? 2021? 2021. When did I get married? 2005, I think. Right, Paisley Road West it is. I'll need to get up there and have a wee look around. It is a flying visit, so we're only there for the weekend. We've got 19 eligible users so far. And I realise you're all just watching this thing. I should just add this. Add my wee face into this scene as well. Hang on. There we go. Like the old days, this, isn't it? With the old webcam. That's the only thing we can do. Mark says, hoping to win some stickers this time. Our little sticker mad daughter found her collection and proceeded to stick them all over herself and the house. Now, see, this is a bit of a mockery. If you want some stickers, just send me an email asking for some stickers. You can... I'll send you stickers all day long. I even sent some stickers to Australia this week. Someone from Australia asked for some stickers. So this is just a bit of fun, you know. You might even get a pen as well, you know. The Aquarium Adventures pen. No, webcam's not going to show that up very well. Oh, that's not bad. Right, I think that's it. Shall we? Remember, as always, the rules. You have to be a person that lives in the world and want some stickers. I think that's about it. Subscribe as well. And yeah, that's it. You have to be willing to email me and tell me where you live as well if you win. So, are we ready? Can you see? I'll get things out of the way. So we've got 22 eligible users. Bear with me, caller. I have to be able to hear things. Who's going to win it? Ho, Wendy's won it. Congratulations, Wendy. You've got some stickers. If you want them, just email me. Shall we have another winner? Let's pick another winner. Second winner of the stickers is... Oh, just what you wanted, Mark. Congratulations. Why am I making a noise? I do love that button. Oh, wrong one. And the third winner of some stickers is Scott. Scott Hadow. I don't recognise that name. Anyway, let me know if you want some stickers, and I'll send you some stickers. I'll send you some pens and stuff like that. Anyway, congratulations, everyone. Thank you very much for taking part. It's been emotional. Right, let's get back to this one. I'll spend the next week working out how to make all the other... Oh, does that come on now for... Get off. How to make the rest of the cameras work. Because for some reason, none of them are playing ball. See if we can get the GoPro working again. At least that's got 4K. But well done to all the winners. Ooh. I think GoPro might work now. Let's have a look. It does work. Why wouldn't you work earlier? When I wanted you to work. Spend all this money on you, you don't play along. But this one shows off the cock quite nicely. Oh, this one shows off my cock quite nicely. So if you didn't win some stickers, but you would like a sticker like this, just send me an email. If you want a t-shirt like this, or a polo shirt like this, you can go on aquariumadventures.co.uk and you can buy one. You don't have to wait to win one. Right, let's get back onto the chat. What do we prefer, this one or this one? That's this one or this one. We have the power. What would you prefer? Courtney says, hopefully your wife didn't hear you say that. My wife watching this would be an amazing coincidence. Lay off my moobs. They're pectorals when they're this muscly. Anyway, chat. That's what I was looking for. Where did the chat box go? I did have chat up earlier. I've now got so many broken cameras in my eye line I can't see where the bleeding chat is. There we go. Right, where did we get to? Where did we get to? We got everyone won the things that they wanted to win. Congratulations to all the winners, excluding Scott. Captain Cupcake says, stop showing off your cock. I will never stop showing off my... I walked around Cleethorpes today proudly stuffing my cock in everyone's face. And not one person even batted an eyelid. Oh, I'm glad someone's noticed. Look at that tomato plant. Indeed. Look at that big bastard. It's enormous. Can you see the tomatoes on it as well? Ben, are you still here? Gardening with Ben. That's another channel if you're interested in allotments and that kind of stuff. Look at that. I grew that from yay big. Enormous. It's bent over at the roof now. It's only got 2 tomatoes on it though, so I don't know quite what I'm going to get with it. Jennifer says it's an over 18 stream now. I suppose it is a bit. The second one. The second one? What one's the second one? That doesn't help me. And now I've confused myself. I don't know what one I'm on. So GoPro, very colourful it seems. Normal webcam, very washed out it seems. So let's stick with the GoPro until it breaks. How about that? Aquafinity is here, says hello guys. Hello Aquafinity, nice to meet you. Chris is growing a sweet potato in my tank. Yeah, that's going to be a new project. You can see, I don't know if you can see, but I've had a variety of plants growing. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong camera. A variety of plants growing out of this. Well, but it hasn't actually grown much up top. Here, pothos or anything like that. It'll actually grow. Doing a job. That's not a tomato plant. It is a tomato plant. Honest gov. This angle should forever be known as cock cam. Right, where do we get to? Honestly, it is a tomato plant. It's nothing dodgy. GoPro, go home, right? We'll stick with this one as long as GoPro. Oh, I've made a mistake. What's a mistake to make? Hang on. I've balanced it on my beer can, my beer bottle. I'm not finished the beer yet. Hang on. So we're going to have to just move you over here a little bit. Swap that over. There we go. That's better. Cheers, my dears. Aquafinity says, did anyone see the collab video that me and Stephen P2003 Awkwardix made? I didn't know. Chris says you should do a feeding veg to your fish video. I'm trying to see what things work best. Well, I have done a feeding fish to my veg. Nope. Feeding veg to my fish video before. I did, what did I do? It was after Halloween. I did pumpkin, I did courgette, I did everything that I could find. And I think 8 people watched it. So I think me saying that my native fish videos were my least successful videos. They were not, because that was my least success video. Courtney says something suspicious. I'm going to have to read several times before I say out loud. Eileen Diver. Eileen. Oh, she's retracted it. Oh, Scott, I'm sorry. I mean, it's tricky, this. Having a conversation with someone at the best of times is not easy, but trying to do it and live stream at the same time, it's a tricky thing. Oh, Courtney screwed it up. Ha 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 ha. Eileen Diver had a question earlier. Now it's Eileen Dover. Ah, not good enough. Try harder. Aquafinity says Steven's going to release the collab video tomorrow on his channel as well. I've obviously missed some things. I don't know anything about that. But if you want to put a link in, feel free, go for it. I think the GoPro may have just died, or I might still be here. Who knows? Right, let's get some more questions in, otherwise you're just going to hear me rant about all the money I've had to spend recently and all the things that I've broken recently. Does anybody want an almost working Canon M50? Anybody good with electronics? Do you think you could make it work again? I think it just needs a motherboard swap out, or at least whatever controls these buttons on the back. Ones here need to be swapped out. Then it's a really good camera after that. Might have a bash at it myself if I don't get any takers. Absolutely gutted. Cal and I made the mistake of visiting our local marine store today. Long story short, my cube tank is being converted to a main tank. Oh dear. House news? We have no house news. I have now finally seen into the eaves of my house. For those who are new here, I'm moving house. I bought and put an offer in for a nice new house. The survey threw up some issues with the loft. There has been a fire in the loft. So we got quotes to fix everything, but we couldn't ever get into the eaves. So eventually we've now got into the eaves, and the fire extended into the eaves, so it's just got a little bit more expensive again. But still on for the move. I've been flip-flopping on the whole how do we move house with all these fish. So as you can see, most of these tanks now are empty, of fish at least. I've got water in them. That one's just holding plants at the moment. So I've been breaking down, I've been selling lots of fish, I've been getting rid of things. But I've still got my big discus tank in the living room with all the fish in that, and I've still got Humphrey the flower horn, all the angelfish, all the guppies and endlers and things like that. I kind of worked out a plan where I could get a load of boxes and transport the fish, break all the tanks down in one day, transport the fish and build all the tanks back up the next day. Oh, it's just still feels a little bit nervy doing that, so still half on the lookout for like a workshop or a lockup, something, some kind of an office, anything, whatever, somewhere that I can set up half a dozen tanks, move all my fish into there, have them in there, safe, and go in every day or every other day, start changing water and all that kind of stuff. And then move house, and then start to move all the fish back into the house. Because one of the things I want to do is have the new house has a big double garage, but the electrics in the garage are non-existent almost, so I'd have to run loads of cables and wires and stuff. So if I could find somewhere else to act as a stopgap, then maybe that would give me a chance to get all the electrics sorted out and move all the tanks in, buy me a couple of weeks to get all that ready before I start bringing the fish back in. So that's house news. Is it's moving along. Next week I might actually get a date and we'll know when we're aiming for, because one of the biggest problems I've got at the moment is I can't buy more fish, or I don't want to buy more fish. It gives us a bigger problem, because then I have to move more fish. I'm going to have to read all these very quickly. Phil McCavity. You mean Phil McCracken? Is that Phil McCracken's brother? Have I seen Poor Joey's recent problems? I haven't seen Poor Joey's recent problems. He hasn't rang me to tell me about them. And I've stopped watching his videos, so no. I don't wish him any ill though, Phil. As much as Joey and I have had our history, I wish him all the best. We're just never going to be sending Christmas cards to each other. But people often come to, I get emails all the time of, oh, Joey's done this, Joey's done that, and I know you hate Joey. I don't hate Joey. There are people I detest more than Joey in this hobby. He's just annoying sometimes, and we've had a bit of a run-in every now and again, but no, there are way worse people. If we get down to the end of this beer, I might name some of them. Bendover's brother, no. Sump pump flow rate needed for a 200 litre with a 50 litre sump. Sump pump flow rate needed for a 200 litre tank with a 50 litre sump. It's kind of irrelevant but how much volume's in the sump as long as you've got enough. So also depends what fish you want to keep. So anything from 4 times volume turnover per hour, and the volume of the tank is usually what you go for. So 4 times 200 litres, up to 10 times. So you could, African cichlids and things like that, they prefer a higher flow, or they do well with a higher flow. So you might want to be going 10 times or more. So any kind of pump that's going to do, I would buy something like one of the adjustable ones that does kind of 5,000 litres, and then you can dial it back. You can find something that suits you, and you could even like put in a splitter and put in a spray bar. You could put in 2 dual nozzles and aim the nozzles so you get all the detritus off the ground, push it back towards the overflows to catch that way. Just gives you a lot more options. I always prefer to run a higher capacity pump that I can then dial back, because lots of these, like the Deltecs and the Yabos, I've got a, what have I got at the moment? Can't remember what it's called. I made a video about it anyway, but buy one of them and it has a controller that you can dial it down, because it gives you so many more options, but also lets you extend the life of your pump because you're not running it at full capacity to go well. So hopefully that helps. Courtney's got baby brain. Oh, everyone's using all my emojis, so that leads me. Oh, we've got a super chat or something. Something popped up. Where did it go? I'm sure we'll come on to it in a minute. It came up and it went, oh, there. Chris Cairns, £10 just because. Oh, thank you very much, Chris. If you do want to support the channel, super chats are always appreciated, but also they're down there somewhere or down here. I don't know what camera I'm on anymore. This one? This one. Yes, this one. You can join the channel for a small fee per month, and you get extra emojis, as Noodle Sandwich, Courtney, Jennifer, etc. are all demonstrating in the chat. But if you go for a hero membership, you can also get 10% off anything, like these fantastic cock shirts. You too can have a cock on your chest for 10% less if you join as a hero member. That's all my shilling done for the evening. Mods, how do I join the Discord, please? You're not allowed. I like it. There will be a link somewhere. There you go, Tim's put it. And as Jennifer says, aquariumadventures.co.uk. Can I put? No, it's not going to work either, is it? So many more buttons. Do you still have some tiger endlers? I do have some tiger endlers. If you want some, email me rather than going through the website, and because I think I haven't listed any on the website now because I got inundated with eBay orders for tiger endlers and from really arsey people. No, it wasn't just tiger, but I took a lot of stuff off order because I just wanted to concentrate on the house move for a while. So if you want some, email me, say, hello, I asked you about this on stream, can I have some? And yes, you can have some, and we'll sort you out. Aquafinity got 3 Corridora Julii last week. They're tricky to ID, those ones. I always keep getting them mixed up with Trillies and Juliis. Yeah, there we go. Chris Kane, £10 just because. Thank you very much. Courtney's seen some rivalry going on between Scott and Simon. Well, it's either rivalry or is it lust or love? I'm not sure. You see some of the comments these two guys have together. But thank you, Chris. That's much appreciated. It's a love-hate relationship, as Scott says. Why doesn't it allow? Oh, you might not be allowed to add links. Well, join Discord and you can put a link in Discord there. Noodle Sandwich, £5. Thank you for the advice. Thank you for the £5. It's free. You don't have to pay. Chris still has her baby brain, and twins are 11 now. Oh, twins, that must be. I'm kind of back and forth between twins and when I had my first kid, I kind of wanted to have triplets so I could get it over and done with once, rather than spending years and years of no sleep and all those kind of things. But yeah, I'm not sure anymore. Oh, Simon, New Tech Fund, 12.99. Thank you, Simon. I don't need any. I don't need any more tech. I just need to stop smashing it off the ground, the concrete. And I need to spend a bit more time making my new camera work. It's the same camera as well. It's gone from Mark 1 to Mark 2 and it stopped working on the bloody webcam. What about, so here's a question for you guys. What would you like to see in the next few videos? Because all my ideas are rubbish. Nobody's watching my videos anymore. So I think I'm going to have to make some kind of discus video, because that's the ones that people actually enjoy, or more people than are here tonight enjoy. But any other ideas? What else could I be doing? Got lots of tanks to break down. That's not the most interesting thing in the world to do. Got lots of fish to move from bigger tanks to smaller tanks. That could upset some people, and that would at least get some people moaning. That's always gets a bit of interest going. Simon says my iPhone wouldn't do a £10, so I went higher. Excellent. Yay for iPhones. Phil says the wife's watching me drinking a new cider. I got her Dickens. Anyone else? Are you trying to catch me out with a name there? I have to Google Dickens cider. You got me. Very funny. I feel so dirty. I can't believe you got me something as simple as that. I don't like that new cider called Dickens. Noodle Sandwich wants to see me build something. Anything in particular? Video idea, naming all your discus. Oh, I could do that with the kids. They'd love that. So we just type in discus, discus, and more discus. That's what we want, yeah. We'll have one called Dick the Discus, just for Courtney. We'll have one called Cock. Anything remotely controversial. Featuring Simon in a video, yeah, we could try that as well. As Fishmank says, yes, I'll have plenty of new content to make with my new house and fish room. Lots of DIY videos too. Yeah, so I have plans. Just need to get in there. That's the thing, the time. I need to get in there. I'm going to be doing a pond as well, hopefully. But so yeah, I've got a double garage. At the moment, my fish room's in the third of a garage that was reduced by size in a third. Maybe like a quarter of a garage. Whereas I'm going to have half of a double garage. And my plan at the moment, so far at least, is that I'm going to split the garage in two. Half can be for chest freezer, bikes, tools, all that kind of stuff. The other half I'm going to build like a fake room inside it and waterproof the floor. Always thinking I'm definitely going to flood it over and over again. So maybe raise the floor a little bit, put a drain in, waterproof the floor and the bottom of the walls, so as when I do flood it, it all falls into the drain takes it away. And then have, not quite sure what to put inside it. I'm thinking either at the end wall, one big massive tank or two big massive tanks on a rack, because that should be like kind of 8-10 feet, something like that. And then down one side have all the racks that I've got at the moment, but spread out all the way down, and then a bunch of new racks on the other side, all the way down that side, and maybe some kind of indoor pond type situation, something like that, or a build area where I can do aquascapes and just build tanks up, keep them for a few weeks, move some fish in, live with them, try them out, and then trash it and try again with a different type of thing. Maybe just have like a work table that just has like a tank this kind of size, this kind of 2-foot tank, something everyone can have, and I can just try out different sorts of ideas and different stocking and monitor it for a few weeks and see what it's like. Or at the same time have a few breeding projects, but that might be on one of the other sides. Have a few breeding projects where I can keep an eye on them, that kind of thing. That's what I was thinking about. Right. I'm sure someone asked me that question. I don't know why I started ranting about my fish room there. Anything remotely controversial usually works. It does, but it also hurts as well in the long run. I get people who just email me out the blue saying, yeah, you haven't made a video about Joey recently. Yeah, okay, he hasn't done anything to upset me recently. I don't make them just to make videos. And at the same time, he's got 1 million subscribers. I want some of his subscribers to subscribe to me, so me bashing him for no reason doesn't help. So controversials, it's good and bad. I mean, if you rant about something that's universally hated, then that's always good. But if you rant about, I mean, lots of people like lots of things that I don't like. That makes sense? I knew what I meant. Me witchy ways, I got 2 figure 8 puffers today, so excited I can't stop looking at them. Puffers are amazing. They're some of my favourite fish. Definitely going to be lots of puffers in my new fish room. A Raspberry Pi aquarium controller. Oh, now there's a thing. I've got a new. Well, I haven't got a new, but the Felix V2 has been released, and they're sending me one. So hopefully they send me it before I move house. Hopefully they pay the import taxes as well, so it doesn't cost me £100 just to look at the bloody thing. So that's a good idea. I could design my own controller from a Raspberry Pi or something like that and put it up against the Felix and see how it stacks up. Do a tank setup for beginners like kids, ideal for my kids to watch and follow. Yeah, I could get that. Good idea. Do all like I feel like lots of videos these days have top 5 or top 10 or 7 mistakes I wish I hadn't made or 4 things you need to know before you do something stupid. Phil's crying. Sorry. You got me good, Phil. You got me good. Make an aquarium stand, but not a bog standard one like all the other fish tubers. Build it with a little cupboard or something different. I'm going to write that down. A different stand. I've had some ideas about stands and compartments and retractable things that come out when you open doors and stuff. A jar of muck. No, a jar of water with a small amount of muck from the riverbed and see what grows in it. I did try and do that once with Infusoria, where I tried to cultivate my own and then just made a load of stinky mess. Yeah, if those of you missed it, Phil got me good with a new type of cider made by a company called Dickens. It's called Dickens Cider. There is actually a Dickens cider. You're just getting me over and over again with the same thing. Is there actually a company called Dickens that makes cider? I'm sorry, I'm Googling this now. There is as well. Oh no, it's a spoof commercial. Yeah. I can't believe I've been got twice for the same bloody thing. A good website for sumps. What do you mean, to buy sumps or to make your own sumps and design your own sumps? I'm not entirely sure. I don't know of one website that's good for advising you about sumps. But if you're in the UK and you want to buy a sump, I got mine from a company called Fit Filtration in Sheffield. They're a marine shop mostly, but they do lots of custom sumps, and they'll build, if you talk to them about what you want, they'll build it for you. And very reasonably priced as well, and they haven't paid me to say that. They charge me a bloody fortune, but most normal stuff is free. Cheap, rather. Right, the last couple of minutes, should we do one last giveaway? What do we think? And then I'm going to need to go for a pee. Scott fell for the spoof as well, it's not just me. Thank goodness. Right, is this one, are we going to be able to do the spin wheel on this one? What do we think? Right, last few questions if you want to. Otherwise I'm going to burst. I don't want to risk playing the break. I might just disappear altogether. So let's get the spin wheel up, shall we? That worked. So if you want to win a sticker pack. Oh, I've got a button that says that. If you want to win a... Will it work again? That will work again. Oh, that looks good. It's a t-shirt slash polo. If you want to win a t-shirt slash polo, like what I has got on now, the watchword is going to be... Where I've deleted it. No, I haven't. Here it's here. It's going to be Dickens. Dickins. Dickens. Yes. Dider. Dickens Cider. That's what you want. If you want to win a shirt like this of your own choice, so it can be any colour, any logo, any colour. What else could it be? Any size. Any of those things. If you want to win this shirt, you have to be in the UK or willing to pay the postage. You have to be a subscriber. You have to like. You have to be a generally good person. And you can win all that stuff. So Dickens Cider is the watchword. Dickens. This is going to be too hard, isn't it? I'll put it in the chat so you can copy it. Oh, Nightbot's going mental. Shouting at Kaylee and everything. So Nightbot got the joke, but I didn't. There you go. Oh, right. Forget that. Cancel. Massive failure. Nightbot is a massive cock and won't let us do it. Right. We need to pick a new word. Really, I'm going to burst at this point. Right. We're cancelling Dickens Cider. We're going to go with we're going to go with Phil Rules, seeing he got me with a joke. Philrules. Philrules. Stick that in the chat and you have a chance to win a t-shirt like this or a polo shirt. Any size, any colour, any logo. You just have to be willing to email me afterwards to tell me you won. You have to live in the world, and if it's not in the UK, be prepared to pay the postage. You have to click like on the screen. You have to be a subscriber. And that'll do, really. I think that's about it. You have to send your eternal thanks to Phil at Elite Logos for you for creating these fantastic designs, especially this one. If you weren't here earlier, Phil, I was wandering around Cleethorpes today with the cock on my chest. Nobody worried. Got a few strange looks, but nobody said anything. But for all your printing needs, Elite Logos for you. Go and check them out. Say thank you. Don't say thank you. Just go and check them out. And if you have any stickers you want, let them know. And at the same time, last few minutes before my bladder explodes. Last couple of questions as well, and we'll do some quick fire questions. I'm sure Nightbot isn't that clever, Courtney, that it'll remember who used bad language and who didn't. Right, 22 eligible users. Oh, I've not been sharing my screen. Oh, bad, Graham. There you go. Fill rules like that. PHILRULES. 22 eligible users. Are we ready to draw? I'm going to have to get the headphones out so as I can hear the drum roll. Dickens cider didn't work. Are we ready? I'm going to roll it. Rocky, you have won a t-shirt. Email me, you know the score. Tell me all the stuff. Congratulations. Sharpies, have you tried? I haven't tried that type of cheese, no. Too slow, Raymond. We've already drawn it. So congratulations. Big face. No, that's just going to be a blank screen. We need to go to GoPro, don't we? There we go. Right, I think it's been traumatic tonight. I think we've had enough. That we can just draw a line under this one and try again next week. Well, maybe not next week. I'll let you know. Follow us on Discord, follow us on Facebook, all those things. I'm on the road next week, so it depends on whether my dad wants to co-host with me. I'm not sure I can sit there and do this in their kitchen with them looking in going, what the hell is he doing? So, we'll see. If not next week, the week after. But follow me on all my social medias and we'll let you know whether we're going to be around next week. And also, join the Discord anyway, because it's fun. You can have a chat with everyone and keep up with everything that's going on. And get your ideas for my new videos. I need some help. Obviously, the ideas I'm coming up with aren't helping my channel at all. So if you want to see anything else, let me know on Discord what you think I should be doing. Oh, and if you're fancying another live stream, tomorrow Sharpie does his aquatic live stream. What is it, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, something like that? It's always at a really awkward time for me, so I very often just miss either catch the last 5 minutes or miss the first, or catch the first 5 minutes and miss the rest of it. But yes, if you want to, check out Sharpie's live stream. Thank you very much for joining me, even though I broke everything I touched this evening, and we'll see you next time. Bye. Let's see if the end screen works, shall we? We'll try it at least.